What's up, ninjas? Today we're at the basement range. So we're testing out the Mantis Blackbeard X. So Mantis was nice enough to send this out for review. So I'm basically going to do a multi-part series on this because there's just so many different things you can do with this. This is kind of just a basic overview. And as time goes on, as I get to know this thing a little bit better, we're going to do a full review on this. But for now, this will just be an overview video, kind of how to get set up using the mobile app and stuff like that. So out of the box you get the magazine battery. This has the mantisx built into it, so it's Bluetooth compatible. You have a button right here that turns the Bluetooth on, and then a USB charger, and you also get the laser bolt carrier group, so this just has a laser in it. We have the trigger reset mechanism here, and this is the battery contacts. So we have an adjustment knob to get you zeroed. So there's a little switch here that allows you to turn the laser on all the time, so you can rotate this screw and get your dot lined up with your optic. So it just goes in like any normal bolt carrier. You close your upper, and then your magazine actually turns the system on. You can hear it activate, and then so after you pull the trigger, the mechanism resets it automatically, and it will go pretty much as fast as you can pull the trigger. I really wouldn't recommend this for like fast shooting drills because it's not going to simulate recoil. So you can practice target acquisition with this. There's a bunch of drills on the app which I'm going to get into in just a minute. But like I said, really if you're doing that, you're not going to get the proper training out of this thing because it's not going to simulate recoil. Now you can use this to improve your split times, but just know it's not going to simulate recoil. So you really aren't going to be doing this for accuracy when you're going fast like that, because in real life with a real gun, you're going to have recoil and it's not going to be the same. So don't rely on this for fast shooting, only improving your split times. So for example, you could do target transitions, so you could go from one target to the next, but then again it's still not going to simulate recoil, so keep that in mind. So right now I'm going to go over the mobile app. So there's two apps you can use with the Blackbeard X. You can use the Mantis X app. So when you first open the app, you're going to click connect and make sure your Bluetooth is on. There's a little button right here that you push and a blue light will pop up. And I'll overlay all of this on the screen so it's easier to see. But basically we have a bunch of different drills we can do. We have BBX dynamics. That's increased speed while maintaining a good score. So first of all, before you start, if you're using the Mantis X app, you want to set your rifle down and let it calibrate. It only takes a couple seconds. So it's calibrated. So BBX dynamics, increase speed while maintaining a good score. Shoot multiple targets, minimum 2, focus on straight transitions, minimal over travel, and minimal delay on target. So I'm just going to do this one here, and I'll have the phone overlay on the screen so you guys can see it. So it says shooter ready. It's going to beep. We're going to pull up and take 2 shots. So here's our score. First shot was a 77.8, and second shot was a 37.8. Now this one, the scoring's kind of weird on it because you don't have any reference other than what's inside here. So let's try that again and see if we can get a better score. Click start, shooter ready. So I really don't know how it judges this, but there is also another app that's a little bit better for using the laser system. So let's see here. We can do the shot timer, which is a good one. Shoot any number of shots at any pace. Review your scores and times. So I'm going to turn the camera around just for a second so you guys can see. Alright, and I'll still have the phone pulled up on the screen so you guys can see it. So this is the shot timer drill. Shoot any number of shots at any pace. Review your scores and times. Okay, so let's start it. Shooter ready. as you can see on the screen here, first shot was a 59.7. It tells you your split times. It tells you your score based on, I think it bases it on where your first shot is, and then the second shot and third shot and all that. That will be based off how far off you are from your first shot. I could be wrong, but that makes the most sense to me. So let's try that again. Here we go. We have a pretty good score. The second shot was a little bit off, but all the other ones were pretty good. So we can also scroll over. It'll basically tell you left and right and down. The red is like basically how off from center you are. We have a graph, so it tells us your trigger press movement and then your hold movement. This actually shows you the data from the Blackbeard X in work. So the blue is when you're not pulling the trigger, and the yellow is when you pull the trigger. And as you can see here, it shows us all the movement. So like I said, the first shot is basically what you want to keep aiming for, because that's what it bases it off of. The second shot, you can see it was a little low to the left. Third shot was pretty much in the center. Fourth shot, same thing. And then this shows you your total travel through all the shots. So we'll switch to a different drill real quick. We'll try the hostage rescue, since we have the hostage target. So we start at low ready. And this will do, I think, 10 shots in a row. So we have our total score here is a 74.8. It says we saved one hostage, but as you guys can see on the camera, it actually hit the target. So I think this target would be better suited for the other app, which I'll get into in just a minute. So we did the hostage training. And they also have some other drills that we're going to look at in the coming videos, but this is just kind of an overview. So let's go to the other app real quick. So also, one thing I wanted to point out, when you're firing, and I'll probably have to turn the camera back around, but basically, I'll see if we can do it here. When you're firing, because the way bullets travel, your red dot is not going to be lined up perfectly with the barrel, and we're at a close distance, so whatever you're zeroed at, it's not really going to line up with your dot. So in my case, it's a little bit below my dot. So just keep that in mind. If you had a longer range, it might work out a little better, but I'm just like 6 or 7 feet away, so it's not on the dot. It's a little bit under the dot. Alright, so let's get into the other app and I'll show you guys how that one works. So one other thing I forgot to mention, and it's very helpful with this app, I think you actually need these, but we have different targets. You can go online and buy these from Mantis, or you can just print them off. They offer them for free. So I went ahead and printed off each one that they had. And the first activity we're going to do here is bullseye 5 shot. So it says to use a target like this or the bullseye. Let me turn on my screen recorder here. So I'm going to go set this up real quick. So this is the Mantis Laser Academy. So we're going to do bullseye 5 shot. I have my phone just attached to my camera, so you guys will be able to see this. But basically it's going to calibrate. It will see the different QR codes on the target there. So we're going for 5 shots at the best accuracy. We're going to select our firearm, whether we have a pistol or a rifle. Save. We have to name it. Rifle. Save. Okay. Done. Now we're ready to go. You're going to want to basically aim above that, so maybe take a few shots to see where your laser ends up based on where you're holding your dot. Let's get ready to go. I'm just going to take one trial shot just to see where it ends up. Okay, so I'm aiming with my dot right at the 7 up top. So I'm going to use that. We have 2 shots already taken. So here it shows you where you hit. Oh, I guess it'll let us take more. We'll take a few more. So we'll do like a pop-up. Alright, let's check it out. So, we're kind of all over the place in the middle. Oh, I didn't even click start. Alright, we'll click start. Alright, now we're started. We're actually ready to go. So it's going to count us down. That was just a little training session. So it says shoot 5. I guess we're not really timed. Alright, see what we got. We got all 10s, that's good. Our best time here, I guess, was shot number 4. Total score 50. Alright, not too bad. So this one's just like an open shooting. Flexible practice on a single target. Take any number of shots at any pace. Shots are placed, scored, and timed. Let's go. So we have our target still set up. Gonna click start. We're basically just gonna take a few shots. We can kneel down, come back up. So like I said, you really don't want to practice for accuracy while shooting fast with this thing because it's not going to simulate recoil. Although it would help you with trying to keep your supporting arm steady while you're holding it. So let's see here. We got most of them in the center. 42. Oh, we got 37 shots. And then it'll tell you your split times in between. And your fastest time will have the little clock right there. So that's just kind of a basic overview of the Mantis Blackbeard X. So a lot of this is going to be based on target acquisition, not so much shooting as fast as you can, because it doesn't simulate the recoil. Real quick, I'm going to bounce back to the other app, the mantisx, and we'll do a shoot no shoot. So shoot ready when presented. Oh, that's blue, so don't shoot. Good. Almost got me on that one. Alright. Average score 26.1. We'll do one more open training. So open training, we really want to get our first shot wherever we're aiming for pretty much centered up so it knows. Okay. So it will also tell you possible causes why you got a lower score. So this one says pushing with firing hand. That one says support hand pulling. Okay, so we'll try to keep it more steady. Poor follow through. So in conclusion, the Mantis Blackbeard X is a great tool to help you learn and get better at shooting. And with the coming videos, we will see a major improvement in our split times and in our accuracy. And you don't necessarily need to use the app to use this thing. You don't even have to print out the targets. You can just take shots at different things around the room and practice that way. But the app does give you feedback, and it will help you in the long run, giving you feedback on how you're pulling the trigger, how you're shouldering the rifle, how you're holding with your support hand. It tells you all of that in the app based on the shots that you take. So it is a good tool to couple with the Blackbeard X, the mantisx app, as well as the Mantis Laser Academy. So you can use both of those apps and they will help you improve. So like I said, this is just the overview video. We will be doing a multi-part series on this, going over each of the drills and basically showing you how to improve over time. Not everybody can afford to go to the range and blow through ammo, so it is a good tool to use to train even when you can't go to the range. If it's raining, if it's snowing, if you just don't feel like getting out, the Mantis is a great tool that you can use in your own home. You don't have to have any special uppers or anything like that. A standard upper will work. We'll also be using the skills that we learned with the Mantis and applying them out in the field, out at the range. So stay tuned for that. Just wanted to say thank you again to Mantis for sending this out for review. And stay tuned for the coming videos on the Mantis system as well as the range day videos. We got the shot timer so we can accurately time our shots and basically see if we're getting better from using the Mantis.